What's up, Plebheads? I'm Neo, and I am joined here once again by my brother,
Jdog.
Alright. Time for another Collector's Edition breakdown and value analysis. Days Gone Collector's Edition.
Let's do it.
So, Jdog, you know, we talk about this all the time. We look for a lot of things. Physical items, figures, steelbooks, etc., 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 right down the line, right? So, let's talk about this Days Gone Special Collector's Edition. First of all, by pre-ordering, you will receive the Drifter Crossbow Early Unlock and more. So that's going to give you that Drifter Crossbow, Nitrous Upgrade number 1, Gas Tank number 1, Shroud number 1. Of course, they always say, while supplies last, let's move down here to the Collector's Edition, which is what we really care about.
That's right.
Now, right off the bat, I noticed a few things about the way this is labeled that kind of disappoints me. It says the Collector's Edition includes twice. Maybe it makes you feel like you're getting more. I also see Voucher twice, and I also see 3 bike skins twice.
That's right.
So I don't know if that's on accident. I don't know if that's on purpose. To be honest with you, I don't really, know. This isn't my work. I didn't do this. But I look at this, and first thing I think to myself is, it's kind of misleading.
Well,
And, in a way.
I think some of this digital stuff, you and I don't put a ton of stock on this digital stuff. You know, when they're like, oh, you get an early unlock for this skill or that skill. It's kind of like, I'm not going to be putting a ton of money on that. It's a nice throw-in, but I'm not going to be valuing a lot on this Collector's Edition based on early skill unlocks. And you guys know our feelings on skins, digital skins.
Yeah, not worth much to us.
We don't put a ton of money on that either.
So, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself right away, it's 1, 2, 3 lines of this Collector's Edition deleted already.
Yeah.
So, not as big as it looks, not as highfalutin as it looks, but still, there's something to be said here and there's something to be seen here. So, Jdog, let's talk about it. So, what you're going to get is the Collector's Edition statue, which we'll look at in a moment.
Yep.
You're going to get a set-on patch, 6 pins, 4 decals, a steelbook, physical, mind you, let me say that, physical soundtrack, 48-page mini art book by Dark Horse Comics. Now, we've gotten a couple of those before. I actually believe I got one of them in, I want to say, the Aliens Collector's Edition that I bought. Maybe it was either Alien vs. Predator, where you got the little face hugger, or it was Alien Colonial Marine. I'm not sure which one it was, but it came with a book like that, so I know what those look like. Those are pretty cool. 48 pages. All right. Dark Horse usually does a pretty nice job with their production, though. Then, of course, you're going to get the digital content, which is going to be Deacon versus the Horde dynamic theme. So that'll be for your, for
home
your...
screen. I do like dynamic themes. That is something I do like. I'm willing to value those for $1 or $2.
Nice.
Because I do like them.
Nice. You get the Monkey Wrench early skill unlock and 3 bike skins. I want to say that twice because it's in there twice.
Yeah. Well, can you enlarge the picture so I can see what we get?
Some fucking reason they got to put it in there twice. I actually think this is a pretty neat looking figure. I wish I could zoom in on that even further.
I'd say the figure's okay. I think the bike is looking pretty good. Decent detail there. You got some studs on the tires, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well-detailed handlebars, seats, and even detailing within the engine as well looks decent.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a pretty decent...
landscape there.
Size figure from what we're looking at here,
yeah. You got the dead zombie there. You got Deacon hanging by
Whoa. Don't call it a zombie, bro. It's a freaker.
Oh, a freaker, okay.
It's a freaker.
Art book actually looks, what, a hardcover?
It looks like it.
This is physical and digital mini art book.
Cool. I have no problem with that.
Steelbook case. The steelbook to me does not look spectacularly
Yeah, it doesn't look like ultra detailed or anything. It just looks basic to me.
So I would say this is a basic steelbook that doesn't thrill me.
Yeah.
Physical and digital original soundtracks. Okay.
Get that cool sew-on patch. I kind of like the idea of that.
Patch.
So when they say Days Gone sew-on patch, are they only talking about this little bar right here? Kind of like this would go on your cut, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were in a biker gang or something. I mean, all right.
A lot of the bonuses with the pre-order. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on this collector's edition, to be honest with
Well,
you.
let's break it down for a second. Of course, whenever we talk about these collector's edition breakdowns, it's always assuming you are a day one buyer.
$60.
$60 for the game.
What do you value that figure at?
Well, let's do everything else first. I'm going to say $5 for all the digital shit.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
That's where I'm at on it.
Yeah, I'm going to say $5 for all the digital shit. I just don't value that stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, just take it out. I don't care. I do not care.
It takes up a lot of screen size, so it makes it look like you're getting a lot. But
yeah, in reality, this whole thing really shouldn't even be there.
It's not a ton of stuff.
Yeah. You know, I like I do though. I like the pins. I like the patch.
I could go $10 for the pins and the patch.
Pins and patch. I'll go
Total
10.
total.
I'll go 5 in the decals, 5 in the digital sets. $20 right there. That puts me at 80 total. I'm gonna go 10. I'm gonna go 10 in the soundtrack, 10 in the steel case. That puts me at 100. Because I like the physical soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I do too.
You know what? The soundtrack is 3 tracks. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
But if it's like 15, 20 tracks, 12 to 15, 20 tracks, then it's pretty cool.
I do like getting it.
Yeah.
I do like getting the physical soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Me too.
Especially for a collector's edition.
Absolutely. Remember, we talk about this all the time. Collector's edition should make you feel like you're getting the ultimate experience.
That's right.
Not half of the experience. Okay, so I'm sitting at what now? 10 on the steelbook, 10 on the soundtrack. I'm sitting at 5 on the DLC digital content stuff. I'm sitting at 10 on that other shit. 5 on the thing. So I'm sitting at what, $100?
Max.
Figure. I've said it time and time again. I'm a figures guy. I'm gonna go $50 on the figure. I am, because it is a figure, and it's pretty damn cool looking. And I don't have anything in my collection like this. Nothing.
I wish I knew the size.
If you go 25. Remember, if you go $25 on this figure, dude, that's like a fuck you. Because it's probably not going to be a little plastic display piece like this.
Yeah, but
you're probably then you're going to be disappointed. You're probably looking at something more like this. Let's just pop it up in Amazon quick and see if Amazon can give us some specs. Let's check it out. Days Gone. Cool, here's Days Gone. Days Gone Collector's Edition 139. Fuck me. Let's go down and look it up here. How big is this figure? Come on, tell me about the figure. Collector's Edition statue. Like, why does nobody want to talk about this statue? Let's see if the questions have it. No? Nobody wants to ask a question? Nobody asked a question? Is it because nobody cares? I care. We care.
No pictures of it? Well, let's just cut right to the chase. $139.
$139.99 is going to be your price at both GameStop and Amazon. A little bit disappointed that we don't get any specifics on that figure. So I'm actually going to drop. I'm going to knock 10 off for that. I don't really give a shit. I'm knocking 10 off for that. That's a disappointment to me that you don't get more specs. You don't get more.
Well, I'm just concerned that without specs, you don't know what size, and they don't mention size anywhere in that description. And it makes me wonder how small or big that figure is. So
let's try one more thing. Let's try one more thing. How big is the figure in the Days Gone Collector's Edition? Okay, let's see if somehow EB Games Australia has anything on that. Now here's a little bit better look at that figure.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make me think it's a huge figure.
True. But you're getting a lot better look at the details now.
The detailing is nice. I just don't know the size of it. It does concern me a bit.
So
I would just say this. I'd say $139.99 is a high end for this. Because it's a new IP, we're not certain about the quality of the game. It's been delayed multiple times.
And and to be fair, we're really still not sure on this yet.
We're not sure on this game at that price. That is that's $80 more than the base game.
Yep.
A lot of that collector's edition is digital.
Yep.
You got a few knick-knacky items. You do have a soundtrack and a steelbook and a smaller art book.
Soundtrack, steelbook, art book, figure.
The figure, I can't say with certainty the size of it. So it makes me wonder, what exactly we're getting.
So are we
It's
gonna
like
get
one of those. Are we getting one of those little die cast bikes?
I
Those
hope
little.
not.
That's the type of thing I'm thinking it is.
All right, let me ask you something. 6 to 10 inches wide, 4 to 5 to 6 inches tall. Now your thoughts?
Yeah, maybe that could be okay.
Looking at a figure more like this.
Yeah, that could be okay.
Okay.
This I feel is high. For this is a new IP that we're not certain of. I just feel like this is a top end price that you pay only if you're willing to really take a chance here.
All right. Well, conversely, let's compare it to something like this right here. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, also a brand new IP.
Yep.
And you get figure, 7-inch figure,
Yeah.
full game, steelbook, collectible art book, map, digital soundtrack, and replica game coins. Now, this is only $30 more.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a digital soundtrack. Granted, maybe some of the extras aren't as phenomenal.
It's a better
per
steelbook.
se, but I definitely would agree that it's a better steelbook. I feel like the steelbook and the figure alone are worth that $30.
Absolutely.
And everything else on top of that is just nice added bonus. So for me, the more and more we look at it, the more and more I think to myself, when you got a new IP like this, it's hard to shoot a really high-end price when it's the first game, especially since we're really not sure.
With the game from developers, maybe I'm not sure about, and gameplay that hasn't really made me go absolutely.
Yeah, because we have had our doubts.
I would be cautious here. That would be my final word.
All right.
I would be cautious at this price. At $140 for that Days Gone, I would be cautious.
Yeah, I think looking at it from a brand new IP perspective, I'm a little bit more reserved. But looking at it from a general value perspective, I don't think 140 is bad. But you got to remember, we keep talking about this all the time. We look at I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. You look at that again, the Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice collector's edition, $90.
Yeah,
$90.
a far better value, and you have From Software behind it, which has the clout of making spectacular games, right? Mm-hmm. So you're willing to say, okay,
here's a $30 risk.
Take a chance on this IP for sure.
Here's an additional $30 risk on your new IP. In the meantime, here's an additional $80 risk on a new IP that we're still not really sure about.
That's right.
So, if you absolutely need the motorcycle figure in your collection, if you absolutely think that that's going to be, the one that does it for you, if you think this is it, I mean, again, buy at your own risk. Exercise caution.
I would be cautious here.
I got to say I agree with you on this, from looking at it from the new IP perspective. If I'm looking at it from a collector's standpoint, again, steel case, figure, art book, physical soundtrack. I mean, those are the big four that I really look for.
Yeah, and it has them. It has those.
And I have bought far more expensive collector's editions that didn't give me that. So...
Well, that's before you started doing YouTube
that's
and
true.
using your brain.
That's true. That is true. That's before I became very critical, which needed to happen, I think. And I'm cautious. I'm with you on this. I say cautious. Jdog, your final thoughts?
Proceed with caution. 140 is the top end here for this. It depends a lot on the figure when you look at this on overall value. and I can't make a determination from these pictures on what that figure is going to look like, how small it is, how big it is, and I can't get dimensions anywhere. So if anybody's out there and can help me out with that, you guys could do us a huge favor and let us know if you know information here or have actually seen this figure and can illuminate dimensions and size. That would be really helpful for us.
It would really help us.
If that figure is a larger scale figure, this could be worth it.
Yeah.
And of course, assuming the game is actually going to be decent. You know, when you talk about the amount of delays that this game has had, and it just can't seem to find a release window that it likes, or I don't know what the deal is. I'm not sure.
I'm with you on that. You guys can let us know your thoughts down in the comments about the Days Gone Collector's Edition. Remember, steelbook, game, motorcycle figure, art book, physical soundtrack, pins, patch, decals, some digital content. $139.99. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think it's worth it? Are you kind of leery of the fact that it's a new IP and we're not quite sure how big this figure is going to be? Like the video if you enjoyed this honest breakdown. And Jdog and I will see you right here next time for more content like this.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.
GG, your plebs.